Welcome to New San Francisco.
I want to hire you. Pick up a package, bring it back. I can make your every wish come true. So, John, what do you wish for?
Toilet paper. 2-ply.
I think I can do better.
3-ply?
This role was made for you. To get things started, though, I'm just going to ask, in the honor of Sweet Tooth and his truck, what is the best ice cream flavor?
Well, I have to say I'm a strawberry guy. Now, when I was in college, I used to eat so much, and this is not a plug, I used to eat so much Haagen-Dazs that I had a 50% off family members card to the Haagen-Dazs on 72nd and Broadway.
That's impressive. That's
yeah, if my dude Jahir is still working, that shout out to Jahir.
Okay, so first of all, when I was watching this, and this is such a great series, Peacock is killing it. It's so good. I was wondering the scenes that you shot opposite Sweet Tooth. And obviously, Samoa Joe is the body, and he did such a great job acting out the voice, but it's Will Arnett's voice. So what are you acting opposite? Is somebody saying the lines, or how are you filming those scenes together?
No. Samoa Joe learned all the lines, and we were acting off each other. Will came in afterwards and picked up his energy and his vibe and put those lines in there. But Samoa Joe gave an amazing performance, dude. It was really impressive how he took on this character and created this character.
Dude, let's take that a step further. The thong song, the casino scene. It's so brilliant because number one, I heard that you said he really wanted to pummel you because you're an Avenger, that maybe he went a little harder on you. How badly did he pummel you? And then talk about singing the thong song, because I think you could re-release it in 2023 now.
She had dumps like a truck. That's like what? All night long.
Let me see that thong.
No, he definitely gave me a conventional ass whooping, as they would call it. I know one thing, I could never be a wrestler because that dude don't know his own strength. So I know he hurts people, but it was fun. I've been a fan of Cisco and Drew Hill, since I am a member of Unleash the Dragon fan club. So, it was amazing. We were able to pick that song and get it cleared to use.
Yeah. So if there was, let's say moving forward, because Rob Zombie was in the original game, if there was one singer you could bring in for a scene, a cameo, who would that singer be?
MC Hammer, without question. Already know it. And I would want him to do the Chinese typewriter across the casino.
And you'd be doing it, of course.
I'd be doing it with him, of course. MC Hammer, you can't, every time a zombie try to get him, he go, can't touch this. You can't beat that.
Are you going to wear the pants too?
Of course I am. I still have my MC Hammer doll.
No way.
In the original packaging. Yes. I was a big MC Hammer fan. So if I had the opportunity, I would bring MC Hammer.
Okay, so I have to ask about the stunt driving, all that you did. You were one of the only actors in history, congratulations, to drive a car through a mall. What was the most intense? Was it the training? Because I heard you got a car and then you did it yourself. You did a lot of training. But talk about driving through a mall. How cool was that? And just sort of how intense, how good a stunt driver are you at this point?
It was a lot of fun. We had 4 cars because we bumped and bruised them, and some of them didn't work, and some of them were just parts. But I had a great stunt driver who did all the drifting and jumping and all that stuff and all the craziness. But I did get to, haul ass through a mall for a full day and swing around a few corners and grab some Jordans and all that stuff.
How satisfying that must have been. Okay,
it was a lot of fun.
But real quick, you posted a picture with Harrison Ford on the set of Captain America. And you said he taught you how to whoop ass, or when he shows you how to whoop ass, you listen. So what was that experience working with him? Because he intimidates the heck out of me every time I talk to him. And what can fans expect the tone of the movie to be?
Harrison was cool. We had a lot of fun, and he really just took on the whole Marvel family and crew and made it his own, He would be on set and he'd be like, okay, let's shoot this. And everybody, so that was his thing. When he had us all his information, he would yell out, let's shoot this piece of shit. So that's when we knew we were ready. But the tone of the movie is, it harkens back to the original Captain America series with that grounded reality that the Avengers and Captain America started in and growing from there.
Well, congratulations on this. I think this role is more you than any role you've ever played. Because I know how funny you are. Do you feel that way?
I would agree. There's a lot of me in this role. I was allowed to have fun, finally.
Kid at heart. And a 90s kid. I love it. After my own heart.
All right, Evelyn, let's deliver this package. It's rude not to introduce yourself before pulling a gun on someone. Oh, this is rude.
First of all, I've been asking everybody in the cast, because of Sweet Tooth, in honor of Sweet Tooth and his ice cream truck, what is the best flavor of ice cream, in your opinion?
Oh, butter pecan.
That was quick. You were very decisive. Some people had a hard time deciding. You know what you like.
Specifically, I'm from the South. Specifically, Bluebell butter pecan ice cream is
You just made me want that. I don't even know what that is, but I want it immediately. This character, Quiet, is so amazing. It's such a great series, by the way, and such great character development. I'm wondering how you crafted this character, because she is like a stream of consciousness. Like, her name is Quiet, but when she talks, it's like, so how did you craft her?
I mean, I didn't. I didn't. It was our writing staff that crafted her. My job really is just to pull what they've made off the page and like give it life. But the roadmap was all there. I think that maybe the thing that I added was, I bring a lot of my own like stupid, goofy humor, and that is certainly something that I wanted to like do more and more of as we shot the series. It was so fun to, try to make Anthony laugh or break. It was so fun to try dumb stuff, physical comedy, weird, just like completely unhinged comedy that would make Michael Jonathan Smith, our showrunner, laugh. Like, that was always like, oh yes, I've made him laugh. But yeah, I think like when I think about crafting a character, like thinking about an arc, I really stick to like what is on the page. So like, we shot this out of order. So what I did was I like nerdily had, like post-its and cards, and I would like write, okay, this scene and this act, and this is what we're doing, and it's in this episode. And I had them like plastered all over the walls of the basement of the house that I was staying in, so that I could lock in on like, where am I in the story? What is happening for her right now? Where has she been? Where is she going? And where am I today before lunch as we go into that scene?
You and Anthony together, you talked a little bit about it. And he's talked about how he's like a 5-year-old inside, and that he really, because he's so funny in Marvel, but he really got to unleash that side of himself. I'm wondering how the two of you worked together. Was there, obviously the writing was incredible, very sort of Deadpool in its style, I would say, but it's its own thing. But I'm wondering how you two worked together, because it really felt like when I was watching you, that's the kind of stuff I would think but never say. So I'm wondering how you played off of each other. Were you just letting it like spitballing? Was there a ton of takes, or was it very precise with what was on the script?
A little both. I mean, we definitely stuck to what was on the script, but then we also let loose and had fun. I think there, I'll tell you what, when the world has ended, like, why hold your tongue anymore? And I think that was a guiding light for me with that character. I was like, at a certain point, she can't keep it inside anymore. And everything she's been wanting to say for a really long time is just coming out. I had a lot of fun working with Anthony in those scenes. Like, we really enjoy playing off of each other. I think he's such a talented actor. I've said this over and over, but I think he's just really talented, and he's very, very driven, and he's really precise, and he's smart. And for me, as somebody who's coming into action stuff really for one of the first times, I mean, I did a little on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but nothing like this, to be able to witness someone who's done so much of it in his career, and like how he executes and what he listens to and what he's doing and how he's managing, these pretty high pressure situations, and just executing for the camera, like incredibly, incredibly deftly and quickly. And it was truly like really awesome to see him. Not awesome in the small sense, like awesome, but it was like awesome to see him work like that and to be able to like take it and take notes.
Clearly really played really well off of each other. Speaking of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think of the line, what kind of woman doesn't have an axe? And I think her and Quiet have a little bit of a kinship. What do you think? You're like
100% they have a kinship. Yeah, I may or may not be coming out with a little some merch based around some axes, I have to send you a little sweatshirt or something.
I love that. You were the Grand Marshal at the Indy 500, and you got to do a lap I wonder how that compared to doing stunts in this. And who was the better ride along? Because you rode along with Mackie and rode along with somebody at the 8500. Who's the better ride along?
Well, Mackie's an incredible ride along. He's hilarious. He's got great taste in music. He's an amazing driver. But driving wise, he's not quite as good as the drivers at Indy. I tell you what, the second lap, after we took that second lap, I was so sad because I thought, oh no, it's over. All I want to do is do like another 500 laps. I have been bit by the racing bug. I'm just like, I can't go fast enough. It's awesome.
Hi, everybody.
Joe, I'm asking everybody in the cast, what is the best ice cream? And you get final word because you are Sweet Tooth and you drive an ice cream truck in this.
The best ice cream is the chocolate malted crunch from Rite Aid, actually out there in Southern California. So, I mean, if y'all need to know, yes, you do need to try it. You're missing out on life. It is not found in a boutique ice cream booth. It is not found anywhere in the world. It is found at your local Rite Aid. Chocolate malted crunch. Go get you a cone. Thank me later.
I don't like the high-end ones personally. So I have to say, congratulations on this role. This is an incredible performance. It's your first, I think, screen performance. I don't know what it is about wrestlers. They just make great actors. And they have such a great physicality. So I'm wondering for you in crafting this character of Sweet Tooth and the physicality, and you kind of have to over exaggerate because you are wearing a mask. How did you go about crafting this character? Because it is an inspired performance and a brilliant character.
I appreciate that. And I think it goes back to kind of what you alluded to earlier, that, you know, in the pro wrestling ring, it's very important to be able to communicate physically. I think it's probably one of the most important things that we could possibly do in that ring. So for me, you know, it was very much, you know, working beyond the mask, you know, being able to emote beyond, you know, having essentially a stone smiling face on you at all times. And, you know, it's just something that, you know, we as wrestlers work on. It's part of our craft. And to be able to translate that to a performance on the streaming screen, you know, it's a lot easier for us than I think most.
Well, I think it is really the only group of athletes that have successfully transitioned into acting. So I talked to Anthony about how you work together, and I didn't even realize that you did verbalize all your stuff, even though Will Arnett ended up being the voice of the character. And I asked him in particular about the scene where you meet each other in the casino and you break into the thong song. So I want to know, number one, how was your rendition of the thong song? And
magical, but continue.
Go on, and then I'll ask you part two.
My rendition of the thong song was damn near pitch perfect. At certain times, you know, Anthony was starting to dance because he was feeling it, you know, because, you know, I get that deep, yeah. I mean, I do the whole nine, you know. It was really, you got to feel it. You know, if you're gonna do Cisco, you can only do them 100%. You can't do Cisco 80%. It's ridiculous. Well,
the physicality was freaking hilarious. That's why I love this, because it's creators of Deadpool and The Boys, and just it has that menacing, this character, but the funny with it. And then the second part was Anthony did say that he thinks you went extra hard on him and didn't pull any punches because he's an Avenger. And he's like, I think he wanted to, you know, give the Avenger a rough time. Is that true?
Absolutely correct. Captain America can get it. You know, I mean, he's Captain America, right? You know, he got a standard. He got a toughness standard. I'm ensuring the toughness standard stays in place. So, you know, we had to get Anthony up in the air a few times. That's just something that had to happen. And I'm happy to report Captain America, every bit as tough as you think he is. There we go. Boom.
Well, giving him some props there. He said he felt like a sack of potatoes being spun around by you. It's absolutely hilarious. It's my understanding that as soon as they said Twisted Metal, you were like, I'm in. So what was your experience with the game? And did you play it again in crafting this performance? And did you draw anything from the game?
I mean, I've played every version of Twisted Metal that's ever been put out. And, you know, like I said, I think if you owned a PlayStation as a kid, Twisted Metal was only one of the few games that came out that you were playing, because, you know, the rest of them were okay. But then Twisted Metal, that was something different. It was something that, you know, all your friends came over, you played on the couch, had yourself a nice little wheel death match and a great time. So for me, Twisted Metal was definitely a big part of my history. And then my friends, knowing how much I love that, when they offered me a Sweet Tooth, it was a definite yes.
So I need to ask you, so the other famous clown I think of, and I think you could go toe to toe, Pennywise.
Absolutely.
Clown. So tell me, if this was a pay-per-view event and it's Sweet Tooth versus Pennywise. Give me a promo. Like, why are you kicking Pennywise's butt?
Oh, it's quite simple because Pennywise, he considers himself a manifestation of evil, that he goes around in sewers and he hunts small children. Well, Pennywise, you're going to find out when Sweet Tooth comes to town that when I get down the sewer, not everything floats, especially I'm done hacking on it. So please feel more than welcome to come out and chase these kids, because if you want to come get some ice cream, I got all you need.
That was amazing. That was amazing. What was your favorite 90s reference in this? Because I don't know if you remember the turnovers with the icing that you squeeze on and you decorate it, that turns up in one of the episodes. The Kool-Aid line, like the lines, the nostalgia.
Now,
what was your favorite?
Now, I'm not sure if this made it into the final cut, but there was one scene where there was a face-off radio where, you know, I don't know, kids don't know about this back in the day, but keep your radio from getting stolen. Sometimes you take the face off, put it in your pocket, walk into the mall with it. And we did have a face-off radio in one of the cars. And if that got any love, that popped me, because I mean, that made me laugh, because, you know, I mean, everybody had that Kenwood back in the day with the face that you took off.
You have no idea what's out east. Even the people trying to bring the law back are dangerous.
This is our land. These are our roads.
You're sitting in your virtual right in front of an ice cream truck. So I have to ask you, I know Agent Stone is not a fan of the man who drives the truck, but settle the score. What is the best ice cream?
That's funny. That's hilarious. The best ice cream? I don't know what he's packing on board.
Your personal favorite ice cream.
Oh, me personal. I don't know. I don't really eat much ice cream. Something like, I don't know, like a caramel crunch or something involving caramel and, you know, and ice cream. But no, I thought you meant specifically what he has on board. And
he let me know. He already let me know what he had on board. So I wanted to ask you, Agent Stone is from Twisted Metal Black, the game. Okay. Were you playing the game back in the 90s, early 2000s?
No, God, no.
You did not. You were not a gamer?
No, I'm way too old to have been a gamer, even in the 90s. No, I mean, I had a vague awareness of it because I have teenage daughters. And my older daughter, who's a college sophomore, she had friends like when she was growing up who were like, oh, God, they love that game, you know. But my daughters were not PlayStation people. They were Xbox and Switch and whatever other platforms they were on. They weren't PlayStation.
So did you visit the games at all in creating this character? Because I'm going to say a pun. What drives Agent Stone?
No, the most research I did was really just going online and looking up the various iterations of Stone in the different versions of the game. But that was really just kind of a visual reference. The only thing that I used were the scripts. It's
an amazing series.
Thank you.
It really is. I mean, you have that balance of the producers of Deadpool, creator of The Boys. It really captured the joy and chaos of the game, and it's really its own thing. It feels very, very unique.
And Cobra Kai.
These are three winners. That's the trifecta right there. You are a man of the 90s. Wings was in the 90s. Tell me what your favorite 90s reference was from this particular series that you shot.
Some of the music. Yeah. Some of the music. I loved Faith No More as one of my favorite bands in the 90s. The fact that they, got a music cue from Faith No More. But even I'm a hard rock guy, and I know at one point they were going to try and get a Limp Bizkit song, which I would have loved. But then we ended up getting a Slipknot cue, and actually kind of know Corey Taylor, the lead singer, a little bit. So I was really excited that we got a Slipknot song. I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did.
The music's incredible. I'm a hard rock girl. I'm not a metal girl, but I'm hard, AC/DC. Twisted Sister, I guess, is 80s, but Def Leppard, Aerosmith.
I was into all that because I'm older. But it continued in the 2000s, and and there's a lot of hard rock now that I really, really like. So I'm kind of a metal guy. I'm more of a metal guy.
In terms of the driving stuff, did you get your stunts on? Were you Were you?
I did some of them.
Yeah.
We did some of them. I mean, we had to, we definitely, we had to do some of the, the practical stuff of chasing John Doe and Quiet and maneuvering in that abandoned Six Flags where we shot all that, amusement park post-apocalyptic stuff, which is crazy because I've actually shot there before. Yeah. And I did another picture called Killer Joe with Matthew McConaughey. We shot there.
Two Texas boys. You must have had fun.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of fun.
Well, this is great. This was amazing. Just to wrap things up, your favorite one-liner that you got to say, because there's so many juicy, great lines.
I don't remember.
Or a scene.
Yeah, I mean, a scene that I really like is when the guy's shining my shoes, and you kind of see the malevolence of Stone in that scene, where the guy misses a spot, and you just kind of see that his homicidal side just kind of, and it's the guy's just shining my shoes. Yeah, but you see this flash it flashes through my eyes like I might need to kill you for blowing the shoe shine job, I think that was a fun scene.